Move your hands.
Fight this motherfucker!
This is it, John.
Fight him! Go and get him. Go and fight this fucking guy!
Keep your hands up. You think you go to the body, you come up to the head. Come up to the head.
Fight him!
Come on, Johnny.
Fight him!
He's taking your fucking title away from you.
The referee sucks! All you work for! The ref sucks! Fight him! Fuck the referee!
Come on,
Get out
this
there
is
and
it.
fight him!
Come on.
Fight him! The referee sucks!
Come on, John.
Fight the... Come on.
One more round.
Get out of our
Behind you.
corner. Get out of our corner. Get out of our corner.
Fight behind
I'm
you.
gonna find out you bet on.
I'm gonna fight foul.
Yeah.
I'll take
Bullshit.
the other.
He held the whole fight.
Johnny, come on and go get him, Johnny.
He held the whole fight.
Keep him out there. Keep him out there.
Come on,
Right.
That's why you're pissed off at Cortez. You said he would have taken a point. Now I know.
You gotta keep going.
You're in the bag.
One of the good things that's happening is here we'll probably never have to see.
Nobody in the sport more aggressively
Ronnie,
protects
come
their fighter
on.
or thinks they aggressively protect their fighter like Norman Stone.
You gotta love him.
All the time you want. And you stopped it. Fucking asshole. What a piece of shit you turned out to be. What a fucking piece of shit. You got no fucking balls, you cocksucker.
Boy, that's a nice way to get on the referee's right side.
I feel like I need to give that round to Randy Newman.
You're not doing your job. You're not doing your job.
Able to stop the action, send Ruiz to his corner where his close friend Norman Stone can take the gloves up. This could occasion another conversation, but no, Stoney's on his good behavior now.
Maybe he feels John Ruiz needs the rest now.
Fucking jerk off.
That's our Stoney.
Well, he's ordering Stone out of the corner.
Harold Letterman, our in-house historian, is saying that this is unprecedented in his view. He does not remember a trainer ever being thrown out of a corner.
I'll sue you for every fucking thing you got, you fucking.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now for this segment, I got my man Kashad back on the show, all the way from Little Rock. What's up, fam?
What it do, man? What it do?
Alright. He's coming on to talk some shit about Angel Garcia. Now, you know, I waited. We actually did the video. You know, me and Sess did the video. As soon as the shit popped off, you know, Angel Garcia was talking about nigga this, nigga that, you know, all over the place to Keith Thurman, call him a hippie, all of that. And I'll say the quotes a little bit later, but we made a video right after that. And I went back and listened. I said, nah, fuck that. I'm going to wait. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wait before I put this out because I want to see what actually happens. Plus, Sess made an excellent point right before we actually did the video. He said, and for all my old heads out there, y'all remember, he said Angel Garcia is very reminiscent of John Ruiz's trainer, Norman "Stoney" Stone. Now, I just played a clip of him in the beginning of this video, so now if you didn't know who he was, you know now. You know the type of motherfucker he was, right? So, Norman Stone, the biggest thing that people remember him by was, you gotta fight this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Remember when he was fighting Roy Jones Jr. You gotta fight this fucking guy. Fuck the ref. This fucking ref sucks. Fuck him. Right? You think I drop F-bombs? This nigga right here.
Oh, yeah.
Every other word is fucking. Every other word is fucking, yo. I remember when he fought I'm about to say Nassim. Fucking Hasim Rahman. Fought Hasim Rahman. And it was the 12th round. And he was like, start off low, he was like, John, you gotta get this guy, man. You gotta get we lose 12 rounds. We lose fights for the 12th round. Look at this guy. Stops and points. Go kick his fucking fucking ass! Kick his fucking ass! But the most memorable shit is two things. Actually, two things, man. It's a tie, fam. Number one, when he got in a heated exchange with Randy Newman, when John Ruiz was fighting Andrew Galata, and John Ruiz, remember that shit? John Ruiz's hand wraps was loose. He was like, you stop the fucking fight. You fucking, what a fucking piece of work you are, motherfucking cocksucker. Dude going off, fam, right? Then, I think a couple rounds later, he came back. The referee came back to Norman Stone and was like, fix his fucking raps again. Now, the first exchange, Randy Newman was like, hey, man, one more time, you out of here. Well, Norman Stone was doing his raps and shit, and then he uttered, fucking cocksucker. Randy was like, get the fuck out of here. So he got banned from John Ruiz's corner in that fight and was sent to the locker room. He had to watch the rest of the fight in the locker room. That's one. That's probably my favorite moment. But the second one, which pretty much led to his retirement, was when John Ruiz was trying to defend his WBA title against Nikolai Valuev. If you guys don't remember who he is, remember when David Haye fought the big Jolly Green Giant motherfucker. That's all you need to remember. That's Nikolai Valuev, right? Valuev wins that fight by majority decision. Norman Stone proceeds to run across the ring, snatches the belt from Nikolai Valuev, fam, and raises it above his head.
Oh my God.
And that shit incites a brawl in the ring between Valuev's people and Ruiz's people, and Norman Stone gets his ass beat. He gets snuffed a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Which ain't the first time, because he got his ass beat by Alton Murchison, who's Roy Jones Jr.'s trainer. In their press conference, Alton Murchison whooped his ass and sent him to the hospital. So there's a lot of similarities as far as how flamboyant both of these trainers are. A lot of motherfuckers hated Norman Stone because of the person he was, how flamboyant he was. He dropped the F-bomb every other fucking word. You know, he was going at trainers, going at fighters, going at referees, going at judges, going at promoters. He was going at everybody. Very similar to Angel Garcia. Only difference here is that A, he was never actually banned from John Ruiz's corner, and B, he was actually able to retire, actually retiring after the Nikolai Valuev loss by majority decision back in 2005. So, I'm going to go to my man Gashad because he's been quiet this whole time. How did you feel, man, about the press conference? And based on what I just described about Norman Stone, if you can remember him, whether or not you can remember him, do you think there's some similarities, fam?
And I kind of just was looking him up. That's why I've been on silent mode over here, man.
Word up, word up.
So, yeah, dude was classic WWE, man. Really WWF. He was back in the day with it.
Yeah.
So, regular Dick McMahon, I guess.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess there are similarities, but I guess Angel has targeted intentions when he says stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe y'all have done a video that I've seen or something on this, or at least spoken on it. But I don't think nobody can just be like, man, you know, Angel racist, because we don't know him, and he really ain't got the power to affect none of us. He's just his son trainer. But I think he was more so This Norman dude looked like he was just like a pure D asshole. Like, was he trying to get under people's skin or something? Or
yeah, that's all he is. That's all he was doing.
Him naturally getting up. Yeah.
Yep.
So
one of the biggest things is the passion that both these guys have for their particular fighter. You know, Danny Garcia is obviously Angel Garcia's son, so he has the kind of passion that a father would have for his son. Norman Stone had just been working with John Ruiz for 20 plus years at the time that he retired. I mean, he was in his corner when John Ruiz was still an amateur. So,
Yeah.
you know, he was like a son to Norman Stone, even though he really wasn't. So, but the passion that these two have, I mean, they're willing to fight motherfuckers. They're willing to look like idiots, look like fools in front of millions of people just to protect their fighter. You see what I'm saying? Sez, man, how do you feel about this, man? How do you think that they compare?
Man, you know what? You made an excellent point earlier, and just giving us the background on Norman Stone. And when I heard Angel Garcia's rant geared towards Keith Thurman, that was the first guy that came to my mind, was Norman Stoney Stone. I remember being 14 years old when he fought Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that fight because of what it meant for Roy and that accomplishment. But there was also another reason, and it was because of Norman Stoney Stone going ballistic in his corner. Like you said, fight this fucking guy, Johnny, fight him. You know? And, you know, I'll never forget that. You know what I mean? But I also think it shined a negative light on the sport because Stone was so just irrational, and he was really, really, really a hard guy to deal with for like all the people that you named, promoters, referees, opposing fighters, you know. And with the way that he did things, he almost kind of took it out of the realm of boxing, and a lot of times it kind of came off personal with Stone.
Absolutely.
You know, like you described the love that he had for John Ruiz, you know, and he channeled that into sort of a personal way. Same thing with Angel Garcia. He channels all of that love and passion that he has for his son and Danny Garcia, and he makes these rants and you know, these explosive moments very, very personal. And just to give you guys a little bit of a background on Angel Garcia, you know, it's maybe in a bit different of a bit different light, but it's almost the same thing. So let's take the Zab Judah incident. A lot of people tend to kind of overlook this and not really pay much attention to it. But when Zab Judah fought Danny Garcia at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, if you guys can go back and look for this interview, this press conference, Zab jumped up on the stage and he was heated. And he was extremely mad because Angel Garcia had again been calling him the N-word, you know? And Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins hadn't said nothing to Angel Garcia about it. You know, so when Zab got his time, he jumps up on stage. Oscar De La Hoya tries to shake his hand, and he's like, "Get off me, man! Get off me! You know, y'all got this man running around here calling me all kind of N-words and stuff, and y'all got nerve to put security on me. Y'all should be getting security for him." You know, that was one incident. Then you have another incident where he lashes out at Amir Khan for no apparent reason other than Khan just so happened to be the guy that was fighting his son Danny, and he just makes the statement, "I never met a Pakistani that could fight." You know, like I mean, I you know, and and you know, it's kind of funny though. And it's just one of those situations where why bring race into the issue? Why, or if you don't want to word it like that, why make it personal? You know, why attack this guy personally? You know what I mean? Then let's go to Terrence Crawford. It was the same thing. We start mentioning Terrence Crawford's name with Danny Garcia. First thing that comes out of Angel's mouth is Terrence being some type of a nappy head or some shit like that.
I forgot
about
that.
Angel Garcia tends to do things almost very, very, very similar to Norman Stone. He lashes out at the competition whenever he perceives them as a direct threat to Danny Garcia. We didn't see him go at Rob Salka like this because Rob Salka wasn't a threat. So whenever he feels challenged, whenever he feels his son directly challenged, he lashes out at the opposition, and he makes it extremely personal. You know, I for one did not like any of what he had to say about Keith Thurman. You know, I thought it was just real ignorant, you know, and it just shined a real negative light on the sport. You know what I mean? So I didn't like it, and a lot of other people had a problem with it. Whether you want to look at it racially or you want to look at it in just a negative light toward the sport, you can go either way with that. But this guy is very, very, very reminiscent of Norman Stoney Stone. He's building that legacy. He may not have the in corner outburst, but he certainly has this from the perspective of press conferences. And just the way he presents himself, and his son Danny. If you look at Danny's normally just sitting there kind of like, damn, he doesn't try to show that it bothers him or that he's embarrassed, because I think Danny is somewhat of a real stoic kind of guy. But you just know in the back of his head, dude is like, damn, Pop, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can see it on his face when he was trying to talk. And his dad kept cutting him off and shit from the side. You could see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
and my last,
honestly,
Hey,
hold up, my bad.
Go ahead, Kashad.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kashad.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I was gonna say the platform that Angel did that on was completely bogus. You know what I'm saying? That he could, I can't say ruin the PBC brand, but he could damage it. You know what I'm saying? In some form or fashion, because that was bad for PR. You know what I'm saying? That was really bad.
And Al Hammond knows that. That's why he fucking said he can't go to the last press conference. Actually, not just him, but nobody from either team can go.
Yeah.
So you're right. That's exactly why he made that decision.
Yep. And you know what? To your point, Kashad, I'm sorry, Kashad. Let me address that real quick. But to your point, that was in the back of my mind as well. I said, man, these guys are fighting on primetime TV, and you've got Angel Garcia, throwing around the N-word. Like you said, it could potentially damage the brand of PBC or Showtime, whatever you want to say in general, because people don't want to turn on their computers and their televisions and see somebody saying things like this, especially when we're in a time of...
I do.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. To each his own, 2K. I feel you 100%. But but a lot of people, man, with just the way things are going right now, you know what I mean? Just in the world in general, a lot of people take certain things like this real personal, or they get really upset by it. So potentially, he could definitely do that kind of damage. That's a good point, Kashad.
So I got it.
And I'd like to finish. Let me drop
Yeah. Go ahead.
Real talk, 2K. Real talk. I'd like to finish by saying, y'all remember when Al Hammond punished Adrian Broner for doing this, though?
Yeah.
Remember AB went from primetime TV to Spike TV. Them venues started going down, them checks started getting smaller. And Angel gonna really mess it up. And if Keith catch Danny with a nice shot and lay that man out, and this is a good fight, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really ready to pick a winner yet, but I mean, if Keith really land the punch and knock him out, Danny might. I wonder what Al Haymond's gonna do with him, because I wonder what Angel is gonna say when Danny finally does catch a licking from somebody. You know what I'm saying? When he finally does get his clock clean, you know what I mean?
Well, Angel's done at that point, because his whole gimmick relies on Danny Garcia being undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm saying, what type of tirade is he gonna go on? Because the fighter that finally beats Danny, just being honest, the fighter that beats him is gonna gloat in some form or fashion. They gonna say something to him. What is Angel gonna say back?
Maybe.
No, ain't no maybe. Hell no.
Well, Keith Thurman's not that type of nigga, and as you saw, he didn't take the bait.
That now.
Nah, he's not, man. He's really not.
Lose to Danny Garcia.
Nah.
Saying that now. Yeah, after that fight, I bet Keith Thurman get to calling that boy. All types of stuff.
Oh yeah, he'll do that. He'll do that in the media. But Keith Thurman's not a confrontational type of dude to another fighter's entire team. You know what I'm saying? He don't go at trainers and managers and shit. He'll go at the fighter, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't see him going at Angel like, yeah, motherfucker. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not even saying that. But if he does lay Danny out, I feel like Keith is going to look at Angel really hard and say something.
He might.
And Angel, how is Angel going to react? That's what I'm wondering.
It's a possibility.
When Danny finally takes that loss, what type of stuff is going to come out of Angel's mouth?
Yeah.
That's when we'll find out what type of dude he is.
Yeah.
We'll find out if this is mind tricks or if that's how you really feel about these fighters.
Good
So
point.
these fighters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good point. Good point. I got a question for you fellas. Is Angel Garcia racist?
You know, that's... Go ahead, Kashai. Go ahead.
He can't do nothing to control what I got going on, to be honest. You know, I don't think he does nothing to control much of boxing. I think he's, I guess you would call him a bigot and prejudiced and all type of stuff like that. I guess if he has some form of or fashion of power, he'd be a racist. But I don't really care. It's like Angel don't care about me. I don't care about him. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I feel that. Words. You got a point. Let me ask you this. So, Sess, you from New York, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
You know, I lived up on the East Coast for a portion of my life. You know what I mean? Knowing what we know about Puerto Ricans, is Angel Garcia racist?
Man, you know what? First off, let me say Brooklyn. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah,
get that shit out of here.
Nah, man. You know what, man? I don't think he's racist because I define racism a little bit differently than you know a couple other people. But I do think the one thing I don't think you can hide is prejudice. You know what I mean? And racism. You know, you can't hide either one of those things. Prejudice is to me, you can mask it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can allow yourself to be in the company of other races or deal with them in a particular way. You know, whereas a racist, I don't think can really be around people of other color and or race and have a conversation with them. It's too much hatred there. Word. You know. But someone who's prejudiced or someone who's a bigot can, you know, and just the proof is in the pudding. Whenever Angel Garcia feels threatened, not when he's just having, you know, a little nice conversation, but when he feels fear, this comes out of him. You know what I'm saying? His immediate reaction is to attack the person in front of him in a racial manner. You know, it comes out. That prejudice comes out. You know, using the N-word or calling someone nappy head. Now we all know where that shit comes from.
Yeah,
you know,
come on.
With the N-word, you know, you can put the A on the end of it, and you know it can be a sign of camaraderie or something like that. But when you call somebody nappy headed or some shit like that, you know, it kind of takes on a different undertone, you know, especially the way in the context in which Angel Garcia said it. You know, it was kind of like, oh man, you know, he a nappy head, you know, or whatever the case was, you know, I don't want to talk to that nappy head or just whatever, you know, that shit. And New York is very involved with that. You know, New York is a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, even though these people live together, it is somewhat racially divided, especially if you go back.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
so,
you know, you got the Italians that don't fuck with the Irish, you know, you got the you know what I mean? So it's just real racially divided in that sense. But to me, I'm sorry, I gotta say it, man. I feel like I got too much evidence, you know? I mean, whenever you see a man do something because of his fear, that's cowardice to me. You know what I'm saying? If you fear another man and you have to attack him in a racial way, or you have to bring up his race, that's cowardice. You know, there's something deep that's within you that knows you can't physically challenge that man. You know what I'm saying? You can't get your point across physically. So you have to attack something that is out of his control. You know, you got to call him a nappy head or the N-word or bring up something about him being Pakistani and can't fight or whatever. And so with Angel, I see a lot of that, man. I see a lot of that, and I don't want to sound soft or whatever, but it is a little disturbing. It's just kind of like, come on, B, like, chill, chill on that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I agree with Kashad as well, man. My position on this, I'm more looking at the whole nappy-headed shit with Terrence Crawford than anything else, because that's an undertone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas the word nigga, Puerto Ricans use that shit all the fucking time up north. I mean, I got mad Puerto Rican friends. We call each other nigga all the time. It's actually a part of our culture now. Just like Italians call each other wops, okay? But you, Sess, go call an Italian a wop. You got to be ready to throw some hands. You know what I'm saying? Mexicans call each other wetbacks. But if you call a Mexican a wetback and you don't know him, you better be ready to throw some hands. So there's words that are used in a lot of different cultures that are accepted by that particular culture that are not accepted outside of that culture or race. Okay? It's common sense, people. So that's where all the uproar is, where it's coming from with a lot of blacks saying Angel Garcia is racist. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, he got niggas around him. The nigga comes from a nigga part of Philly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he talks like that. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say 1 + 1 = fucking 2. That's what this is. So, but the whole remarks about Terrence Crawford, like my man Sess, reminded me that nappy-headed shit, that's an undertone. That's what tells me that he does think that he is probably superior to black people. Yeah. Now the whole Donald Trump shit, that's on another thing as well, dog.
Right.
This nigga said Americans don't support their own fighters. And then he proceeded to say, where's Donald Trump? Make America great again. While I wholeheartedly disagree with that bullshit, because Donald Trump ain't making America great again. He's doing exactly what I've been trying to tell motherfuckers for the last 14 years. That America's gonna go downhill with every passing 4 fucking years. And that's exactly what Donald Trump is proceeding to continue doing, right? So he's not gonna make America great again. But I do agree with Angel with the whole we support these Eastern Europeans more than we actually support our own fucking champions. He's 100% correct on that aspect. Yeah. How many haters did we have when Andre Ward was getting ready to fight Sergey Kovalev? This is our last Olympic gold fucking medalist, people. And he's been undefeated since he was 12 years old. He should have a motherfucking ridiculous fan base. Probably more than Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But instead, this nigga got a bunch of motherfuckers that hate him because of who he is. And there was more support for Sergey Kovalev, a guy that's not from here, a guy who said he doesn't even like American trainers.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely right on this aspect, man. Get the fuck out of here, people. Think. Shit, man. Kashad, you got anything to say about this, man?
Man, I just want to add on to something about the Andre Ward comment you made.
Yeah.
I think Andre Ward is hated for the very reasons you said. I absolutely agree with that. But people hate him for the dude he is, but they also hate him for the guy he isn't. Andre Ward ain't gave them a reason to say nothing negative about him. You know what I mean? He's never given anybody any credence, any negative, nothing about his wife, nothing about his personal life has come out. So he ain't no clown.
Nope. He ain't a simp.
I mean, SOG. You know, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. So I don't really think people like him. Like Floyd gave everybody a character.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley just happened to come up in the era that he had welterweights to fight and lightweights and lightweights to fight rather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So black fighters were thriving then, but the boom like Floyd, I think like SOG would have to almost like be somebody he's not. And I'm happy that he ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully
absolutely.
he could. He still owes Sergey a rematch though. I want him to do that though.
Oh hell yeah, of course. That's full speed ahead. That nigga needs to give him that rematch. Word up. All right, fam. I'm gonna go ahead and conclude it here, man. I want to thank my man Kashai for hopping on. Always appreciate it when my man comes through from Little Rock. Most def, fam. We're gonna do it again, obviously, man. Thank my man Sus, man. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Would be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.